This is Keith from Custom Works, and we're here with the Custom Works 71 Camaro. And I've been talking about this for a long time about the changes we're going to make and the updates we're going to do. And really, it's been a couple of years in the making, and we've had a couple of videos with teasers and stuff going on. What we're going to do, so we're going to talk about what we're going to do. There's been a lot of companies out there that sell basically, kits to put 315s on the front. If anybody knows that, really, if you want to be competitive these days in any of the big game autocross and some of the track stuff, you got to have, 315s all the way around on the car. So we got that cover on the back, and on the front, we've been running a 275, and really that's been the limiting factor is front grip. We wear out the front tires a lot faster than we run out the rear tires, which seems kind of crazy. But anyways, so, there's lots of options out there, aftermarket subframes and whatnot. And so we wanted to kind of keep our product line, similar to what we sell, in our kits and stuff like that on our car. So, basically behind us is the car, and as you can see, tires fit really good. They're tucked in there, and that's a 275 on a 9.5-inch rim. And we'd really like to keep the same ride height and everything with the car, and basically just gain performance. So really trying to do that is really tough. Any of the kits out there, that companies that are making kits out there that put 315s on the front, the cars really sit high, and the tires are basically flush with the outer rim, where ours really is really about, we've got probably 2 inches from the lip of the wheel in, our wheels in. It's tucked really good, so we've had the tire buried in here. It doesn't rub. These are stock inner tubs. Tire doesn't really rub. It's not a big deal. So that's what we're gonna do. We're trying to work this stuff out on, how do we fit a 315 tire on the front. We've tried lots of different stuff, and so what I'm gonna do is show you what we're working on and how we did it. All right, so we're back in the shop over here, and we've got a frame table that we built a couple years ago. Sort of mocked it up. It's been sitting around for a while. We've tossed around a bunch of different ideas, and so really what we're trying to do is fit this wheel, the 315, on a stock frame. So it's been a challenge, really, to be able to get full turning radius and full suspension travel while using the stock subframe. So basically what we did was we decided we're going to kind of go through and do kind of like you do on the rear by mini tub in the rear. We kind of mini tub the front. And so what we've done here, you can see is we've narrowed the frame up, and by doing that, it's allowing us to get full turning radius of the wheel. Basically we've moved the wheel in, and one of the things that we had to do to accomplish that was move one of the rear pickup point on the control arm. We moved it in about 3 inches, narrowed it up to get the full turning radius. We've had to extensively modify the whole upper frame section as far as where the control arm mounts. We've boxed it all in. We've made a custom lower control arm. We're still going to be able to keep our SPC upper arms. We did narrow those up as well. They have a narrow cross shaft on them. And one of the trickiest parts that we've been working on is the sway bar, trying to be able to tuck it in there and get the clearances we need. We've made a custom 3-piece sway bar. Had to do some custom fab work to make that all work. But we can get full turning radius on this thing. One of the things we're going to point out, we got our Viking triple adjustable shocks on this setup. That's what we're going to run. We're going to switch from the Ritex to the Viking shocks. Great company to deal with, makes an excellent product. We think the valving is going to work out really well for us. All right, so this is what it looks like with the wheel on it. Gonna give you a bit of a bird's eye view of what's going on here. So like we said, one of the things that we were focusing on was this thing's got to get full turning radius. And right there, we got full turning radius. The front. And we've measured it side to side, and it's right on par with what the factory turning radius is on this car. And this is with a full 12-inch wide tire on this thing. And so it's going to be pretty cool. You can see here how much we've actually boxed the frame in, and this was a big task to do this. The frame is really thin material. It's only like 100 thousandths thick, and inside this piece that we made here, we have a box channel that runs all the way through the frame to add strength back into it, because obviously when you take a 4-inch or so cross section and you cut it in half, you're gonna need some material in there. So we're still working on it. As you can see, this is where we moved the rear pickup point. Once we fit the engine and the headers or anything like that, we'll box all that in and figure it out. Right now we're trying to, basically we're at the mock-up stage now. We've got the geometry, everything's all set where we want it. And then now it's just gonna be, gusseting some things and filling some stuff in. The driver's side with the steering box was really the tough part, because as you can see, the frame actually gets pretty thin here. But you can see our upper mounts. We got it all boxed in, but like pointed out here, there's a box plate in here. There's an angle piece that follows the frame at the bottom, and this thing's all plug welded into it as well. Again, it gets pretty thin up here. A lot of torque on the frame here. We built the gusset, goes in here, tie everything in. The custom sway bar, got it all worked out. It's just kind of laying in here, it's just mocked up. But it's got a tube, it's in a tube. And the tube will actually stiffen the frame as well, add some support, kind of like our 2G bar does. So anyways, this is kind of how you fit 315s on the front of a second-gen Camaro with a stock subframe. So we're gonna keep working on this thing. We've got most of the details worked out. Like I said, we're gonna mock the motor and transmission up in this thing in probably the next week or two. We're waiting on our Holly mounts to show up, and we'll get those things in there, and we've got a new motor, a new transmission, and lots of exciting stuff. We're actually gonna make new inner fender tubs for this thing because moving the wheel in, the stock tubs aren't gonna work. So we're gonna need some that are a little bit deeper. So that's something that's on the list of stuff to make. We're gonna get those things made up, and it should be cool, pretty exciting. And look forward to showing you guys some more stuff. Have a great day.